If you guys want coins for FC24, make sure you check out MMOEXP.com. Their link is down in the description. They're very fast, they're very cheap, they're very reliable, and if you use my code Rema, you can get yourself a lovely 5% discount.
So what's up guys, it's Ash here and welcome back to a brand new video. Sorry the video's a bit late, we've been having a week from hell. If you must know guys, yeah, my mum's had to go to hospital today. Because there was something wrong where she couldn't actually move and she was like really in pain. So yeah, she had to go to the hospital, so I've been a little bit busy and I am sorry for that. But yeah, anyway guys, moving on from that, today we do have some 442 custom tactics and player instructions for you. Yeah, I hope these help you out guys. Sorry if I am lacking a bit of energy, it has been a pretty long day, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video guys. Let's get right into it. Okay then guys, so starting off with the custom tactics for the defensive style, we have this on balanced. The reason we have it on balanced is because it gives you the best control over your defense in my opinion. So when you use balance, you can basically pick and choose when you press your opponent and when you want to drop off and maybe be a little bit more passive, which is why I do like balanced. It just feels a lot more controlled. That being said, if you want to use pressure tactics because that is something you're more comfortable with, that is absolutely fine guys. Moving on to the defensive width, we have this on 45. The reason being is we want to be primarily narrow and compact in our defense to block out all those attacks through the middle, but at the same time we still need to have enough defensive width in order to cover the wider areas to prevent our opponent being able to attack us down the wing. So 45 width is really nice and balanced and does the job for me. You can tweak this however if you would like. Moving on to the depth guys, recently I have been using 71 depth. The reason we use 71 depth is because it's just the most broken tactic in the game at the moment. Really annoying that this is the case, but that's just how it is, to be honest with you guys. So 71 depth, you get that automatic press from the AI. The game basically defends for you, and it makes it very difficult for your opponent to attack through the middle. So 71 depth is the way to go. If you want, you can change the depth and lower it if you like, but it's completely up to you and you don't have to do that. Moving on to the build-up play guys, we have this on balance. Now the reason we have it on balance is because it does give you the most controlled and varied form of build-up. So with balance you can basically pick and choose when and where you use each type of build-up. So for example, slow build-up, and then if you want to speed up and play a bit faster, you can do faster build-up. So balance allows you to basically pick and choose when and where you use each type of build-up, which is why I think it is so good. Moving on to the chance creation guys, we have this on direct passing. Direct passing is an absolute must in my opinion, because it's the only setting which will allow you to break through those park the bus defenses, as when you use direct passing your attackers will commit these runs, and then the opponent's defenders will follow that run, and once the defender has overcommitted, the attacker will then track back so you can cut back to them. So it's a very boring tactic, I'll give you that, but it is also very effective. The thing with direct passing as well is your attackers often back up against the opposition defenders, meaning it's very easy to isolate a specific defender and take them on in a 1v1 type play. So direct passing is the way to go. For the attacking width guys, I've lowered this a bit recently, but we still have it above 50 as it is important to be able to play out wide, especially with the way this game works at the moment. Going through the middle can be very difficult. So 55 width has been really nice, as we do have that good width to go down the wing, but we can still sometimes go through the middle when there is an opportunity to do so. For the players in the box guys, we have this on 5. This is bang in the middle. This is so we can get a few players into the box, but we don't overcommit everybody to the point where we're going to get counter-attacked if we lose possession. Again, you can change this if you like. And then the corners and the free kicks guys, we have these both on 2, but you can basically do whatever you want with that. It's not a necessity. Moving on to the player instructions guys, on both of the strikers we have them on stay central and get in behind. We have them on stay central because since they are our strikers, we don't really want them drifting out into the wider areas. We primarily want them to be in the middle so that they can always be relied upon. We also don't really need them to drift into the wider areas, as we do have our wide midfielders for that, and we'll also show you what you can do with the fullbacks. So just keep them in the middle on the stay central instruction. We also have them on getting behind, so we can utilize their pace to get in behind those high defensive lines which people use with that 71 depth tactic. So it can be a little bit one-dimensional with getting behind, but it will create you the most chances. That being said, if you feel like you're struggling to attack, you can switch one of them or both of them to the mixed attack instruction and you'll still be fine. Moving on to the right mid guys and the left mid, we have them on come back on defense, get in behind, and then get into the box across. Come back on defense is important, especially if you have like midfielders with low defensive work rates, because it ensures that they will take up the correct position when you don't have the ball. If they're on basic defensive support, these players can get a little bit lazy and not fill in the gaps and not defend properly as a result. But when you pop them on the come back on defense, it ensures that they will keep that midfield line and make your defense much more nice and compact. It's also very effective when we win the ball back, because since they're closer to the rest of the team, it's easier to build up the play as a result. We do have these players on getting behind, so we can utilize their pace to get in behind down the wings. These players can be pretty static on the balanced support option, and they don't really make runs, so getting behind is important. We also do have them on get into the box across, so they don't hesitate in getting into the penalty area, which again is a very useful instruction, guys. Moving on to the left centre mid guys, I use a more defensive minded midfielder. So on this player we have him on stay back while attacking and then cover centre. So since he is more defensive minded, we don't want him going forward, we want him staying back, as that's what he's good at, brings balance to the midfield. And then cover centre, so that he will primarily cover those central areas as opposed to the wings, as we don't really need him to cover the wings since we've got the wide midfielders to do that. Now moving on to the right centre mid guys, I use a more box to box style midfielder, so somebody that will attack and defend and have a bit of a free roll. So on this player we just leave them alone on the default settings to kind of just let them do whatever they want to do, and again the only important instruction is having them on cover center, so that they primarily cover those central areas as opposed to the wing, as we've established that the wide midfielders will cover the wider areas. Moving on to the fullbacks guys, whichever one is your most attacking minded fullback, doesn't matter which one, it can be your left back or it can be your fullback, whichever one's the most attacking. So in my case it's the left back. We pop them on balanced attack and overlap. Now the reason we do this is because it always gives us an extra option in attack, and putting these players on the overlap stretches out the opponent's defense and gives much more space for your other attackers to make runs through. So for example, if we don't have an overlapping fullback, the defensive line can be quite compact. But if you do have an overlapping fullback, then the defensive line has to get stretched a bit, so it gives more space, which is why I do like it, especially if you've got a player like Havertz who has that whipped pass plus trait. You know, they can make that overlapping run and then whip the ball in, easy goal, stuff like that. So really underrated instruction in my opinion. And yeah, for the other fullback guys, the more defensive ones, so in my case the right back, we have them on stay back while attacking and then overlap as well. Stay back while attacking, so we always have at least 3 defenders back at a time. But when we send this player on the run forward, like the other fullback, they'll make those overlapping runs to add that extra width to the attack. For the 2 centre backs guys, we leave them alone, we do not touch them, you don't need to. And then for the keeper, if you would like, you can put them on comes to crosses and sweeper keeper, or you can just leave them on balance like I do. But yeah guys, they are the custom tactics and player instructions for the 4-4-2. Sorry if today's video was a little bit low energy or if I sounded like I was in a mood. I do apologize. It's just been a really tough week for me. I hope you guys can understand that. And yeah, I am trying to get through it. I am just trying to keep going on and not, you know, sit and worry too much or complain too much. But yeah, it can be a little bit difficult, so just bear with me, and I'm sure things will improve. But as always guys, I do appreciate you watching the videos. If you did, please be sure to drop this video a thumbs up, and yeah, please be sure to subscribe if you are new, and don't forget to turn on those notifications. And with all that aside guys, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace out guys.